GTV Breakfast. Today must be the 23rd of May 2022. How did you experience the rains on Saturday, right? Oh, they were just pelting down, man.
Okay. Bad for some.
Yeah, for people, yeah. The town looked like you needed a canoe to move around, you know.
We had some friends visiting from Kumasi and they were like, oh, so Accra, you need like boats to get around when it rains, and that was quite worrying.
Yeah. But we're alive, and we thank God for a beautiful day like this. Start of a new week, show number 211 of the show. What do we have on the bill today?
I will be going to Parliament to speak to the First Deputy Speaker, the Honourable Joseph Osei Owusu, about the relevance of the Constitution to today's society, and we are asking what we can do to make sure that the Constitution has lived up to its name, and there is a lot more that we can get from it amidst calls that portions of it be amended. So you should expect that conversation right here on GTV Breakfast, made possible by Awake Purified Water and Adonko Next Level Energy Drink. Thanks to Biggest Scissors for my outfit this morning.
Okay, there's some yoga on the warmer side of our set today on your world, so you stay tuned for that. Big conversations have to be definitely the Accra floods, hashtag Accra floods, definitely national security issues on the back of a press briefing that was done yesterday, and of course it's going to be a launch of a whole media campaign on that tomorrow, on the back of Achimata Forest with purported whales flying around the place. There are a lot of big conversations in the news today, so you stick around with us right here on GTV Breakfast. Our telephone number to get through to us, not by calling, but by WhatsApp, 055 556 1034. 055, I'm giving you time, put on your phone, 055 556 1034. Hashtag GTV Breakfast, and that's how, if you want us to see your tweets, you want to use hashtag GTV Breakfast. We're keeping an eye on so many things, giving you a rush hour as well. It's a packed show, it's a buffet, it's early in the morning. You say we make you late for work.
We are happy.
It's okay.
And if you're a Liverpool fan, too bad, because at 7 we'll give you details of how you missed out just slightly on that second title in 30 years. I need to rub that in very well. Second title in 30 years. No, didn't happen for Liverpool, but it did happen for Manchester City. Details at 7 with Multi. For now, we'll go to her for breakfast news at 6.
You're welcome.
Good morning. Welcome back from the weekend. This is GTV Breakfast News at 6 a.m. We are live in Studio 1 at the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation here in Kanda. I am Malti Tisaida Sadiq. We are live on DSTV channel 278 and we are streaming live on Facebook at the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Stories that are making headlines: Lassa fever outbreak. The Ghana Health Service is warning. We will look at that. Also, we'll look at the floods in Accra. Also on the international front, we'll take you to Israel. But let's start off with national issues. And the Ministry of National Security says it is stepping up security measures against terrorist attacks in the country. According to the ministry, information gathered by security intelligence agencies in the country indicates that terrorist groups have targeted African countries, mineral resources, including Ghana. Briefing the media in Accra, the Deputy National Security Coordinator, Mr. Edward Kweku Asomani, said the ministry will be rolling out a campaign to educate Guineans on security. He urged the public to be security conscious and report any suspected person to authorities or call the emergency toll-free number 999 in this regard.
Of the situation, but we need the help of everybody in our jurisdiction. We are launching this campaign on Tuesday with the 999 number. All the police handles, Twitter, Facebook, all of them will be activated. When you ring, you don't even have to identify yourself, because we have some individuals who are worried about identifying themselves when they are giving information. You don't just draw the attention of somebody in authority. If we do this very well, we will all collectively reduce the risk that we face in the country.
Let's look at health now. The Ghana Health Service is cautioning Guineans about the outbreak of Lassa fever. In an interview with GBC News, the director at the Navrongo Health Research Center, Dr. Patrick Odum Ansah, said all health facilities have been directed to send suspected cases of Lassa fever to the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research for investigation.
The director for all suspected cases of Lassa fever to Memorial Institute for Medical Research comes in the wake of a report received by the Ghana Health Service on outbreaks of Lassa fever in some countries in the West Africa sub-region, namely Liberia, Nigeria and Togo. According to a statement signed by the Director General of the Ghana
Away from health, let's look at the floods now. And residents of Kwame Nkrumah Circle and its environs are counting the losses after last Saturday's rains. The rains also left in its wake heaps of rubbish scattered along the Kwame Nkrumah interchange.
Heaps of rubbish, mainly plastics, were scattered along the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange. Gutters along the interchange were also choked with rubbish. As a result of the rainwater that had gathered at the area, most of the shops were closed to business. When the news team got to the Wichiri-Lante roundabout, where construction of an interchange is ongoing, some shops close to the interchange were submerged. They said it cost 200 Ghana cedis to hire the water pump a day.
200 Ghana. Then we pump the water. We don't get help from anybody.
Our houses are flooded as a result of the new interchange that has been constructed. We could not sleep the whole night.
Government so on can't contractors no mu ye adwuma no. So mo hwe no mo ye gutters no. Aha nso to kakra bia na yina aye flooded.
It rained very heavily. Around 7 we started picking the water. We finished at 9 something, but still was raining.
There was huge vehicle traffic on the Aladu-Tesano-Abeka Junction stretch. The two-lane road from the Ghana Telecom University was reduced to one as a result of rainwater that had gathered on the road.
Away from that, let's move to the Veteran Hammond Happy Day. Thank you, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, for sharing my story to the world. These were the words of ex-private Ashite Hammond, World War II veteran and the only survivor today of the Christiansburg Castle Crossroads shooting incident. After receiving numerous recognition both at home and abroad, ex-private Ashite was on GBC News' personality profile program Legends of Your Time 6 years ago when he expressed his disappointment that the state had not given him the needed acknowledgement for his efforts.
Promised us heaven.
Exactly what
they said they will look after us when we return from the war. Our condition of service, good pay, everything. But for a couple of years we waited. From 46 when we were discharged, nothing happened.
These were the words of ex-private Ashite Hammond some 6 years ago when he was a guest on GBC 24 then, now GBC News' personality legend of our time. At age 97 now, Mr. Hammond recounts how he and other soldiers left the shores of Ghana by sea to Burma to fight in a war which has been described as by far the most costly war in terms of human life. In that war, an estimated 50 million people were said to have perished, but luck was on the side of the then 16-year-old Private Ashite Hammond. He survived to share his story, but still carries with him mentally horrors of the war. 6 years after the interview on GBC News, ex-private Ashite Hammond invites GBC News into his new home, a home he says has been provided by a kind-hearted Ghanaian. The two-bedroom modern apartment situated in the heart of Accra is meant to provide the kind of living environment befitting of a national hero. In his apartment, a museum which captures the highlights of his life. According to ex-private Hammond, he has been elevated from an ex-private to a W1. The Veteran Association of Ghana has currently bestowed on him the ambassador of all the surviving veterans in Ghana. The state of Ghana has also honored him. Nigeria has awarded him with one of the highest awards. The British military has honored him. This notwithstanding, the British monarchy has also acknowledged him for his efforts.
When I approached this, she shook hands with me.
Okay.
I said, Hammond, you are a hero.
Oh. And that, at that point, what was going through your mind?
The Queen shaking hands with me. Who am I? And she shook hands. She said, you are a hero.
Yeah, hero.
I was very happy.
W1 Ashite Hammond expresses heartfelt thanks for what made his dreams come true. He was particularly grateful to the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation for the enormous platform given him to recount his story.
W1
Joseph Hammond.
Joseph Hammond. I mean, how do you feel now?
I feel
of all that is going
that
on.
The GBC has done a lot for me. I have to praise them. We have so many TV stations, but they have done exceptionally well. They are wonderful. Okay. It is a station that I feel proud because they started my praises. And today, the whole world knows me. I remember recently one BBC World News. The lady said, do you know Joseph Hammond? Formerly he was a private. Now he's a legend.
A global figure.
He's a legend.
And so the success story of W1 Joseph Hammond has clearly demonstrated that there's dignity in hard work. Reporting for GBC News, Gifty AJ, Accra.
Away from legends of your time, let's move to the international front, where International Monetary Fund says the head of the International Monetary Fund says governments need to subsidize the cost of food and energy for the poorest members of society. Ms. Kristalina Georgieva said support needs to be provided in a very targeted manner, preferably by providing subsidies directly to the people.
Are providing some help, but critics argue that it's not enough. She said when it comes to the cost of living crisis, there are two priorities. One, people segments of society that are now struggling with high food and energy prices. The second, she added, is to support those businesses that have been most damaged by the war in Ukraine. The IMF's role is to work with governments to stabilize the global economy and enhance prosperity. However, that's proven challenging because food prices have hit record highs this year, while oil and gas prices have also risen sharply. This is largely because of the twin shocks of the coronavirus pandemic and the war in Ukraine. Between them, Russia and Ukraine are major exporters of crops and hydrocarbons. The importance of these commodities to the global economy has led the annualized inflation rate to reach its highest point in decades in many countries. A group of international development bodies, including the IMF and World Bank, this week launched a major plan to try and tackle food insecurity around the world. Ms. Georgieva said, while there is plenty of food, it is not evenly distributed. The solutions, she said, are growing more crops where possible, but also a greater focus on agricultural productivity, not only because of the war, but because of climate change.
Now, Israel and Switzerland are the latest countries to confirm monkeypox cases, bringing the total number of outbreaks to 14 countries. Both countries say they had identified an infected person who had recently traveled, but Israel said it was investigating other suspected cases.
Cases have been confirmed in recent outbreaks in Europe, US, Canada and Australia. The monkey line is most common in remote parts of Central and West Africa. The surprised scientists, but the monkeypox does not tend to spread easily among humans and the risk to the general public is said to be low. The disease is usually mild and most people recover within a few weeks, according to the UK National Health Service. The World Health Organization has said 50 other suspected cases are being investigated without mentioning the countries involved and warned that more infections are likely to be confirmed.
Meanwhile, Africa's Foreign Press Association has condemned media outlets that use images of black people alongside stories about the monkeypox outbreak in North America and the United Kingdom. In a statement shared on Twitter, the association said, as any other disease, it can occur in any region in the world and afflict anyone, regardless of race or ethnicity.
The Foreign Press Association Africa, FPAA, said it is disturbing that media outlets use stock images of monkeypox sufferers with black skin for studies about the outbreak in Europe and North America. As such, we believe that no race or skin complexion should be the face of this disease, the statement added. The professional body urged outlets to instead use images of hospitals in Europe and the US, or failing that, to show electronic microscope images of the virus. The association further condemned the perpetuation of this negative stereotype that assigns calamity to the African race and privilege or immunity to other races. The FPAA described the actions of the media outlets as very insensitive and urged editors at news outlets to update their image. It also asked editors to censor their staff from using images of Africans, people of African descent, or people living in Africa to cover outbreaks in the UK and in North America. Monkeypox cases has been reported across at least a dozen European and North American countries this month. It is the first time the virus has been found in people with no clear connection to Western and Central Africa. The monkeypox virus can bring on pus-filled boils that hurt and are infectious for weeks. It can also cause symptoms of fever, headaches, swellings, and exhaustion. According to the World Health Organization, monkeypox can be spread by close contact with any infected person or animal and by touching clothes or burden used by someone with a rash.
And it's time for us to get to the weather update. If you were caught up in the flood, or if you're affected by the flood over the weekend, you know how important it is to know what the weather will look like today for you and the rest of the days in the week. Felicity Ahafianyo joins us on the phone line. She's the head of Central Analysis and Forecasting at the Ghana Meteo Agency. Felicity, good morning.
Good morning, my sister.
We did experience some floods over the weekend. I think you predicted that there was a storm coming from our neighboring countries. How is the weather looking like for us today, Monday?
Thank you so much. Today is looking pretty good over the entire country, though we have an approaching system. But then for the day, this morning is going to be partly cloudy. We will see the smile of the sun on us. Temperatures will be as high as 32 over the coast, 34 over the middle sector, 36, 37 over the northern sector. Then in the afternoon to the evening hours, we are anticipating a rainstorm. If you can see the satellite pictures now with the pink arrows on, you could see that this system will push in over the northern regions. That's those over the upper east will be affected first. Then later it will move into the savannah and then part of the upper west region. For the 40 regions, yes, there is a system that is also coming, also be late afternoon into the evening hours. So as usual, before they go on to the river or the lake to do any fishing activities, especially those that will be doing the night fishing activities, it's on our usual line numbers, the 0302-777-172, to ask for the duty forecaster and then ask if there is any thunderstorm over the lake or if there is any approaching thunderstorm. So they will explain it to them before they set out for fishing, especially in the night. Over the sea, we are having patches of rain clouds here and there, but it's nothing much to worry about. The sea is still rough, but we are anticipating that as the day progresses, it's likely to reduce over the sub-region. I also want to add this, that now we just started the monsoonal type of the season, whereby we'll be getting a steady rainfall for longer periods, and the ground is already saturated too. So everybody should be aware and be prepared at all times. Should be approaching. Once we issue the warning, they should get whatever they needed to do so that we'll all be at peace at the end of the storm.
Thank you so much. Felicity Ahafianyo is the head of Central Analysis and Forecasting at the Ghana Meteo Agency, and she's just told us how the weather will look like today. She did say that the sun will smile on us today so that you can go about your activity. She said that the weather will be pretty good, but she says that we are in a period where there will be steady rainfall for a while. So brace yourselves so that you won't be caught up in the floods. I know farmers will be elated because they need their crops to grow well, and the rains do good for that. But that's it for GTV Breakfast News at 6 a.m. Up next, we'll be having yoga and meditation, and Valerie is standing by to bring that to you. It's interesting. You just started your week. Try and watch and learn some of the yoga moves so that you help and fit for a productive week. I am Malti Decider Sadiq. We're still live on DSTV channel 278, streaming on Facebook at the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Coming live from the capital. This is the breakfast.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to GTV Breakfast. We're officially live on Facebook and we're streaming as the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation on Facebook. And if you look for the hashtag GTV Breakfast, we are everywhere. And on Twitter, use GBC Online. You find us. And today is Monday. Myself, I'm sure including lots of Ghanaians have like difficulty when it's like Sunday 5 p.m. everybody's like, oh, Monday's here. There's a lot of stress, there's Monday blues, there's generally lots of anxiety in town. Everybody's looking for an outlet. Some people use alcohol, having fun, staying out late and all of that. And some people choose to like meditate, meditate is a form of healing and a way to de-stress and shed off all the anxiety. Joining me on the couch and to have this conversation, we have Nana, a beautiful, she's a yogi. And then I have the healer as well. Welcome into the studio, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So I'm going to start, because I'm partial and I like doing that, I'm going to start with Nana.
That's good.
Hey.
Thank you.
So before you do anything that has to do with exercise or yoga related or meditating, is there a proper attire for that? Because I'm being bashed in this studio, for not dressing properly. Is there a proper attire?
You look beautiful today. And actually, a proper attire for moving, a movement-based practice would be airable, breathable clothing. So it could be something as simple as a linen pant or a T-shirt or something that you might wear to the gym. Right. Today I'm wearing something a little bit more fitted so people can actually see my alignment, see how I move.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what classifies you as a yogi? When are you called a yogi? Is it like karate where there are levels where you have to, it's like being a yogi in karate. Is it like equivalent?
Well, I've been practicing yoga for over 25 years. And I think it's actually just time-based. I think everyone who moves is a yogi. I mean, it's a very simple sort of physical practice that allows you to connect to your body and your mind. So if you're moving and if you're conscious about how to de-stress, if you're conscious about living healthier, then you're on the path.
Right. And so, guys, Solomon Prana is a healer.
Pranic healer.
A pranic healer.
Yeah.
Who is a pranic healer?
Pranic healing basically is using universal life energy, which is all around us, to effect healing, to heal the body.
Universal life energy.
Yeah, I'll explain that. Okay. To heal the body physically, emotionally, and mentally. Universal life force is what keeps us alive. That is what keeps everything alive. And we are constantly interacting with this universal life energy around us.
So is there around us right now?
Yeah, everywhere. If you can breathe, if you can talk, if you can walk, if you can, see, as in using energy to see right now, you are using universal life, energy. And this energy, the lesser amount, the more vulnerable we are to, diseases. When the amount is okay in the body, then we are in a state of good health. So basically that's pranic, healing.
Okay, so when does a person require pranic healing?
It's preventive and curative.
Okay.
And I think this morning we're looking at meditation. It's one of the things I do. I'm a meditation instructor. So I think pranic will be for a later discussion.
Once you're a healer, you're a pranic healer, we're going to discuss it. You tell us what it is.
Well, to understand pranic healing, we need to understand something about, the human body. And it's, a component, not the physical body, but what you call the energetic body.
Okay.
Beyond this physical body, we have a luminous light surrounding us called the aura.
Okay.
And it's been observed by modern scientists that diseases first appear in a form of energy in this aura before they manifest in this physical body.
Right.
So our work is to remove all disease energies from the aura.
Okay.
And supplement areas deficient in this universal life force we are talking about. The universal life force is not something foreign to the body. The body is constantly interacting with this universal life force. The only point in time we have less amount is when we are drained of it, and we get drained of universal life energy through our negative thinking, our negative emotions, what we put into our body, the environment in which we live, our belief system.
Right.
If it's not in alignment with the divine plan, then we also get energy. So ours is to come in, remove all the blockages, receive or harness this universal life energy, and then transfer.
You mean blockages? This is like, you mean blockages mentally?
Within, I made mention of a luminous light surrounding the body called the aura. Within the aura, we have energy channels. Just as we have blood vessels through which blood flows in our physical body. Within this energy body called the aura too, there are channels through which this energy around us also flows. So when they are blocked, then we are not able to freely interact with this, energy around us.
Okay.
Let's say we are in a normal, state of mind, normal state of emotion. The body has no challenges interacting with this universal life force around us.
Okay.
But, we live in a mega city like Accra. We have our relationship, issues. Sometimes the thoughts are not harmonious. Emotions too are not harmonious. What we eat, not healthy sometimes, what we drink. So definitely, there will be blockages, in the body, energetic blockages. Okay. So ours is to remove these blockages and then harness these energies around us. Through our hand, we don't touch you, and then transfer this energy to you. When the body has more energy, it heals itself. And that brings us to the two laws of pranic healing. The law of self-recovery, which states that the body is able to heal itself. You only have to supply the energy.
Right.
The second law says the law of life force, meaning when the body has enough energy, it's able to use this energy to heal itself. These are the two laws of pranic healing.
Okay, so would I be referred to you by a doctor or by maybe my trainer, my gym instructor? Who would refer me to a pranic healer?
Pranic healing is used as an adjunct therapy. No matter the healing modality you are using or receiving, you can still add pranic healing. It accelerates the healing process.
Right.
It heals you from the energetic level. And then whatever treatment you're receiving, whether herbal medicine or orthodox medicine, also heals you on the physical level.
So if there's no physical contact and you don't touch the person, so assuming I'm here to be healed pranically, how is the energy transferred, or what? How do you heal me?
The aura we're talking about extends about 5 inches on the average beyond the physical body. The aura is a luminous light around everybody. It's been proven scientifically by a scientist called Kellyan, Semyon Davidovich Kellyan. He's a Russian scientist. Okay. He invented a camera that can capture the image of this, this aura. And as I said,
and it's been captured.
Yeah, it's scientifically proven.
So 5 inches away from my physical body.
It could be more. If it's less than 5 inches, you are in a state of, you are not in a state of good health.
Okay.
So 5 inches on the average, it could be more.
How do you measure the inch from my body?
We have a way of determining, the size of the aura. We train our hands to become sensitive and be able to.
You need to do this. You need to do this.
Well, per arrangement with your producer, okay. I'm actually supposed to.
Don't worry, we'll have you back again. If not today, we'll have you back again.
Okay, so my hands will be trained to become more sensitive. As I move my hands closer to your body, I'm able to feel your aura in a form of heat sensation, what you call it, a whirling sensation, some magnetism. The moment I touch your aura, I feel it, the sensation in my
And would I feel it?
You wouldn't feel it. If you are sensitive to touch, you see, our consciousness is rooted in this physical body. Beyond this physical body, there's another body called the energy body, but most of us are not aware of it. For instance, you're standing somewhere, okay, someone coming from behind. You don't hear sounds of any footsteps, but you feel a strong presence, behind, you. Have you felt that before?
Yes.
Yes, it means the person's aura has touched your aura.
Is it the same as sometimes when you feel someone's gaze is on you and you turn and someone's looking at you?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So your energy field kind of merges with the person's energy field. Then you feel that there's a presence, here. Someone gazing at you strongly. Raise your eyes, you see the person is coming from behind you. So there's existence of, the aura, and we heal diseases, by cleaning the aura and then projecting fresh energy to the aura. When the body has more energy, it heals, itself.
Okay, so what kind of diseases are we talking about? Which diseases have you healed?
Cough, cold, headache, we've even healed paralysis, asthma, any disease that has a name, we can heal.
Okay, if somebody has cold, how long would it take you to practically heal that person?
It could be miraculous, just a single session. It could be a few days to just a week.
Right.
Yeah.
For cold.
Yeah. Body pains, body pains is one of the what you call the health challenges, you can use to determine how effective pranic healing is.
Okay.
If you have body pains here, right? And I did pranic healing for your producer, last week, Friday.
She didn't say. She kept it to herself.
Knee pain.
She didn't say.
And it reduced.
Okay.
It's either reduce or go away completely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when you're meditating, are you those kind of people who meditate and sort of just, start getting up into the air? No. No, I have never experienced, that. Meditation is a practice, to achieve state of calmness. Right.
Illumination, meditation will help you improve or build your intuition. Intuition is direct knowing without analysis. Knowing without thinking.
Deep stuff. Yeah.
Knowing without thinking. And our true nature is bliss. Okay, nobody wants pain. We want that calm mind, calm emotions. So this is a practice designed to make you feel more relaxed, more balanced emotionally, mentally, physically. And the simple one I can share with you, I think I'll share 2 types of meditations with you. I'll start with a very simple one. The simple one, you just focus on your breathing pattern. Don't control it. You see, there's a relationship between our thoughts and the way we breathe. If the breathing is haphazard, then it means that thoughts aren't flowing smoothly as they should.
Okay.
So if you bring your attention to your breathing, the flow of breath, you bring your attention to just observe. Don't control, just observe. Then the thoughts will also be, it will flow harmoniously. Yeah, so this is one type of meditation. It's called Vipassana.
It's called what?
Vipassana.
Vipassana.
Yeah, some other people call it mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
Being aware of the very moment in which you are. Anything you do, be aware, concentrate, be aware of what you are doing. Don't be absent-minded. If your mind, sways, bring it back. Then we have another meditation called the meditation on twin hearts. Do I have my ball, with me? Yeah. Meditation on twin hearts.
Meditation
on twin hearts.
On twin hearts.
Yes, twin hearts refers to 2 main energy centers on the body.
Right.
The heart area, the heart center, and then the crown center. This is the center for loving humanity, fellow folks. And this is the center for universal consciousness or love for God. The key to this one is in this. If you cannot love fellow folks, you cannot love, God. Someone you haven't seen is in Nigeria or
Kenya,
wherever, you cannot love that person. We chant in a mantra, one love, one love. Yeah, one love means universal, love. Even the person you haven't seen before, you're supposed to love that person. So we activate this one first, before this one. If you cannot have love for fellow folks, you can have love for God or people you haven't seen. The opposite does not work, not this one first, before this. So you activate this by recalling a happy event. Put yourself, in that mood.
You're calling a happy event.
A happy event.
Right.
If you've never experienced a happy event, or if you cannot recall a happy event, just think of something that will make you happy, if it happens in your life. Okay, then bring your attention here. See something, it will open up. Require another happy event, bring your attention to the crown center. The crown center also open up. When these 2 centers are opened, the heart center and then the crown center, when they are open, divine energy flows through the practitioner. You don't keep it yourself. You raise your hands in a blessing position on a chest level like this.
Right.
Okay? Visualize the earth. Right? Visualize the earth like a small ball in front of you. Like,
sure.
So your target will be
this
ball.
Yeah, the globe.
Visualize,
right.
The globe. And then you transfer feelings of love, feelings of peace towards the earth. Emotions, thoughts are real. Okay, they are real. if we focus on them for long, it may manifest. So they are real. Transfer these emotions of peace, love to this earth. Come back to the crown. Do the same. Actually, we use a special prayer called Prayer of Franz of Assisi. Okay? And this prayer is scientific. It transmutes lower emotions to higher emotions. So it says, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. You become an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. So it's moving hatred, into a higher vibration, love. Wow. Where there is sadness, joy. By doing this meditation, the world is harmonized to a certain degree. If it's done in a large group, 7 or more, we'll be able to, sort of harmonize the world. If you direct the blessings towards an area where there are criminals, you don't like something happening in the area, it's uncalled for, criminal activities, you can direct your blessings towards this area. In no time, the criminals will move because the activities are not compatible with these energies of peace, love, harmony.
Amazing meditation tips for this morning, guys. Solomon, we need to have you back in here. Nana, have you practiced any sort of pranic healing? Have you experienced it?
Yes, and I've actually trained with Solomon. So he has he's trained me to be able to offer this service to good people. And I've also worked with him with clients as a practitioner with yoga and also with meditation. So he was actually the first practitioner that helped me understand meditation. And I've been practicing yoga for 25 years, right? So I was never really able to focus there until I met him.
Amazing stuff. Yeah. Amazing stuff. So now let's come to yoga. Yes. I'll put pranic healing on the hold. Some of the benefits of yoga.
Yeah, so yoga is a simple practice that harmonizes body and mind. Some of the benefits for yoga are a lot of us are really suffering, mentally. We have trouble at work. We have issues, just relationship issues. We have things that keep us very busy, our families. And so the stress lives within the body. What yoga does, the benefit is chiefly is to relax the mind, right? The second benefit is also the body, right? The number one question I've been asked, or practitioners who practice yoga are asked, is said, I am not flexible, therefore I can't do yoga. And you asked me that question this morning. You said, I'm not flexible, can I do yoga? So the body is able, and if that's your question, then this is what you should be doing, because what it does, it aligns the spine, it aligns all the energy centers, which is what Solomon was speaking about, to allow you to relax, to sleep well, to eat better, to be able to consume information, to be more focused at work.
Right. Would you suggest, would you actually demonstrate maybe a 10-minute or 5-minute some sort of technique to people who are watching us going to work to shed off the stress or get into, how do you do that before you go to work? You can do that, right?
Definitely.
So halfway day was on my back, on my case, that I wasn't dressed appropriately. We are going to need a muse for this. Mr. Kafude, please, yes, we need a muse for this. So Nana is going to take us through some techniques, easy techniques, stuff to the world.
Fantastic, wonderful. So we have somebody to help us today.
Yes,
so what we're going to do is, so yoga is, as some of the viewers who've maybe never seen this before, it is a body-based practice. You don't need any weights. You don't need to be in a gym. You could be on your patio. You could be in your front yard to be able to do this, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to step forward to the top of your mat. So you're going to move to the top of your mat. Your feet are going to be about hip distance apart. And what we're going to work on today is some alignment for people who are working, going to work, and they're going to be sitting for maybe 5 hours of the day. We're going to open up your back, right? So what we're going to have to do together is we're going to just put our feet, stepping them hip distance apart. We're going to bring our palms to our chest and roll the shoulders back. So most people are not technically opening up their back. Posture. Right? Posture leads to a lot of things. It can lead to dizziness. It can lead to headaches. It can lead to certain body pains. So we're going to first stand up straight. We're going to breathe in. So we're going to lift up our spines. We're going to lift our arms into the sky. So just merging into the sky. We're going to bring our thumbs to touch. So opening up our thumbs. And we're going to step you're going to step your outside foot back, and I'm going to step back here so people can see your feet. So we're stepping back wide. So I want you to step your front foot back. Yes. We're going to lift up. We're going to bend the front knee, and then we're going to open up our palms so they're facing each other. So they're facing, hands are facing each other. And then I'm just going to come around here and adjust you. So what I'm saying is that what we're doing right now is essentially opening up your spine, opening up your back. We're also getting the blood moving, right? Energizing those centers. So this is a warrior one, considered warrior one. Then we're going to drop the palm. So my front hand, yes, is going to be in front of us, palms facing the ground. We're going to bend a little bit more. Oh, we don't want to split your pants open, but we're going to bend a little bit more. Lift the arms. Yes. Lift the arms. And here, what's happening here too, again, we're letting, again, energy run through the dimensions of the body. Then we're going to come back to the top of our mats, and we're going to see if we can get down on the ground, right? To do what we call classically downward facing dog, right? Which is a
downward facing dog
to help with alignment of back, to get the energy and blood flowing in the hamstrings, right? So we're just going to see if we can get down on the mat, find our way down, maybe kneel down. We're going to put our palms down on the ground in front of us, like big wide webs, like Spider-Man and Spider-Woman. You're going to move your knees back, and I'm just going to demo it first. We're going to pull those toes down, or sort of merge the toes on our mat, and then we're going to lift the hip. We're going to push our hips up, lifting our hips into the sky. So it's almost like there's a string that's attached to the top of my tailbone, back of my tailbone, that's lifting my back up. So I'm going to come down on the mat, and I want you then to take a deep breath in, which is up, and I want you to lift, yes, lifting. And then the feet are going to be about hip distance apart, and we're just going to hinge. Wow, this is beautiful.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is your first time. This is downward facing dog. So what essentially we're doing, exhale, yes, drop your hands down, is opening up the back. All right, now we're going to get a little bit more technical here. We're going to come into what we call the plank pose. Some of you may have seen this in the gym. Some of you, it's a classical pose that helps with really opening up the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop forward, right? We're going to use our knees as a launch pad. Then we're going to move back and forth, rotating the knee sockets, and then we're going to hop forward into what we call the plank pose. Yes, beautiful. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Drop a little bit low. Yes. Breathing here, then back on your knees. Fantastic. And then we're going to come back down, shifting into what we call the child's pose, which is our final resting spot, which is just dropping the hip down and just putting our head down. You may not be able to get all the way down based on what you're wearing. Again, breathable clothes are always an option. And then we'll come back on our knees. And there we are.
Simplicity. Kaf, how do you feel? Do you feel any different?
Yeah.
Namaste.
Namaste. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yay. Okay, and so how do we find you? How do we find you? I'm going to start with you, Solomon.
Yeah.
How do we find you? What's happening in your corner before we go for you?
Okay.
What's happening when it comes to meditation in the pranic area? It's not an area where it's not known, it's not really popular, especially here in Ghana. I don't know if it's popular in other parts of the world, but hey, shed some more light on it for us.
We are present in over 150 countries, you know, it's worldwide. Africa, Middle East, Asia, Europe, America, we are all over the place. And in Ghana, we can be found at Tesano, the GMCKS Pranic Healing Center.
Right.
We train people in pranic healing, and we also offer meditation. It's free. Meditation is free. You don't pay to, I mean, at the center, the Pranic Healing Center, meditation is free. But if you go to other places, you have to pay money to do meditations, you know, there. Yeah, so basically, you know, that is what.
Okay,
we, you know,
so is there some sort of training center? Do you offer training services? How can people want to become pranic healers? Is it something that's easily
we offer pranic healing trainings every month, twice in a month. You know, we train people. We finished this month's training just yesterday.
Okay. So when is the next training? Next month?
The next month's June training will be on 25th and 26th.
Okay. And so how do people reach you? How do we contact you to make inquiries for training? Yes.
0243 168 630.
Okay.
0243 168-630.
And on social media, we are very active. Our users.
Pranic Healing Ghana.
Pranic Healing Ghana will find you. You find. Okay, Nana. Now let's come to you. Yes. Yoga has become an alternative for lots of people. It's actually becomes fashionable.
Yes, a lifestyle.
Yes, it has. Are there alternatives?
Are there alternatives to practicing yoga?
Yes.
Other modalities?
Yes, but ways of meditation.
I think for yoga, we look at yoga in particular. Yes, there are other modalities. There's many styles of yoga. I mean, there's
child's pose.
Yeah, there's different styles. I mean, there's vinyasa yoga, which is more flow based, where you're moving constantly, more like a dance, right? There's yin and restorative yoga, where you spend most of your time on the ground, on the floor, holding poses for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and it's more based on just static relaxation, right? So there's active movement styles and there's more passive movement styles, and we can find them all, you know, depending on who the instructor is or where you go.
Right. Okay. So, Nana, someone just sent a message and says that are there yoga techniques to help menstrual cramps?
Yes, of course, there are yoga techniques to help menstrual cramps, and that's really, again, the middle body.
Yeah, let's have you do that. Hey, ladies, and so Nana is going to teach us a way to get rid of menstrual cramps. Not get rid of it, maybe lessen the pain, make it easier.
Sure.
Okay, dokes, and so
So basically, the middle body for women is the area where I think when we're stressed, particularly, that's where a lot of that energy can center, and so women can suffer from a lot of also conditions, endometriosis and different elements, fibroids, which is a major health condition that women of African descent have, and it can cause a lot of cramps and it can cause a lot of pain. So today I'm just going to do a simple exercise. You can use a pillow at home. We would just take a seat. So I'm just going to give you a sense of a simple technique, and it would be actually in more breath work, right? Where we would just place our palms on our belly, take a deep breath, maybe place our fingers on our nose, and just do a deep breathing exercise, right? Just to calm the nervous system. We take a deep inhale, and on the inhale, we'd be holding for 1, 2, 3, 4, a palm on the belly, and then a deep exhale for 2 breaths. We could do this in cycles for maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And what that's doing is regulating the nervous system. It's also creating a connection between body to body, right? There's other postures that we could do that I could show, and that's obviously based on client time. But this is an area of the body that women are constantly struggling to figure out where the balance is. And because we face a lot of pre-existing conditions as women of color, we can handle it with yoga. We can definitely make it better.
Are there foods that you should eat? Perhaps if I'm coming to a yoga session, do I have to eat certain kind of foods? Or if I'm getting ready, I'm getting my mind ready to start a yoga session or come and see you, or maybe, no, I'm not coming to you. Are there particular foods we have to eat, or
I think with
do we need a particular diet?
It's a great question. With exercise, if you're coming in to do any type of movement, maybe 2 hours prior, you don't want to consume anything. Maybe you just have water to nourish, to keep your body in line. But I think that to really cleanse the body, and I've had that experience as well, a plant-based diet can be very helpful. With people who are seeking to clean, to change energy, to shed, that having plant-based, lots of vegetables and fruits will be very helpful. Are you required to be like vegetarian to practice yoga, to meditate? No. But I think it's really a consideration of the balance of what you're eating. What are you putting into your body? Is it healthy? That's really the key question.
Okay. Are you a vegetarian?
I am a vegetarian, and I have been a vegetarian for over 25 years, 30 years. And again, that's a choice about what I feel I can consume in my body, right? I think that there's a real fine line around meat eating and non-meat eating and whether that's good or that's bad. I don't prescribe that. I think that it's really about what's healthy, for you, how your blood is regulated. Are the foods you're consuming helping your body? And generally, plant-based has been proven as a science is very helpful.
Alrighties. Solomon, Are you a vegetarian?
I'm a vegan.
Ah.
Yeah.
Vegan and a veg. Different.
Actually, the original, word is vegetarian, which means something that is full of life, that exciting, animated. So life comes from life. So to have life, you consume what has life. For instance, if you kill an animal here right now, okay, in 24 hours, it will start going bad. Which means there's no life in it.
No.
If you put a banana here, how long would it take, for it to go?
For it to go bad.
So even after harvesting, they still retain their life force.
Yeah,
Plant foods after harvesting retain their life force. And life comes from life. So if I want more life, I go to the source of life.
Okay. Final words in wrapping up, Nana. Your final words for people who are watching us, your new fans and maybe your new clients.
I think that we're at a wonderful point in our lives in Africa that we are awake to wellness, right? My journey as a founder of Bliss Yoga Accra, which is a yoga studio here in Ghana, it's 8 years old. And when we first opened, we had a few students, and we've now moved to hundreds, right? And many are from Ghana, right? So I think we're at a point now where you're really, viewers, awake to how you're feeling, what you're eating, what you're doing. Let's be more active about that. Let's engage. Let's be curious. Let's try.
To a higher level of consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah. Final words in wrapping up, Solomon.
Yeah, we live in a mega city like Accra, and not every thought is ours.
Definitely.
Thoughts are contagious. If your boss walked into this room, frowned,
negative
with face
energy,
frowned, how would you feel? Would you smile back? No, you also go down. If he walks into this space smiling, it will affect everyone. Your mood, your vibration will be up, 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 up.
Yeah.
So emotions, thoughts are contagious. And once we live in a mega city like Accra, you go to around Rollins Park area, the central business district, you never go there and come back the same. So meditation is a necessity. It's a way of distressing yourself. After you've absorbed all forms of thoughts from people, negative emotions, negative vibes from people, sit down, when you get home, and de-stress through yoga and meditation.
Nice. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming and giving us amazing health tips. I'm sure our viewers have learned a lot. So we are taking this home. So what I am taking home is after a hard day's work dealing with all sorts of people and absorbing all sorts of energies, when you get home, try and meditate. So I'm going to take in like a few pointers from you. So meditate and get all of the negative energy out. So we've been doing this health conversation with Nana Mwako Ainin, founder Bliss Yoga. She is the yogi you just saw, and we had Solomon Pranik. He is a pranic healer, and they mentioned their handles also. We scrolled on our screens, and so yeah, you can find them on social media, and there's more ways to connect. Also, today happens to be the birthday of someone who is in here with us. He's on a little break though, but he was the overall worker for GPC. He won an amazing trophy for that. His name is Clement Terrier. Today is Mr. Terrier's birthday. Mr. Terrier, from everybody here at GPC, we are wishing you a blissful one. And this is another birthday. He shares the birthday with Audrey Asamoah. Audrey is also here at GBC. She is with Obonu TV. Audrey, have a great one. And the 10th birthday to Karen Nadu Bachman. And so, yeah, Multiti Saida Sadiq is standing by to bring us breakfast sports. Coming up now.
Right, welcome to this side. It's GTV Breakfast Sports. I am multi-sider Sadiq. There's a lot happening in the sporting arena over the weekend through to Monday. And we'll be looking at women's football. We'll look at the Ghana Health Service saying the Hearts of Oaks games should be suspended due to an influenza outbreak in their camp. Also, we'll be looking at the Ghana Premier League more. I'll be looking at the WAFU Zone B. Nigeria won that tournament. We'll look at the World Cup as well, the EPL, Man City, Manchester United, Liverpool. Let's start off with the Black Maidens, women's football. And Ghana's Black Maidens has beaten Morocco 2-0 in their first leg of the qualifier ahead of the Under-17 Women's World Cup in India. The Maidens will be making their 7th straight appearance at the World Cup if they manage to get a win or draw in the second leg in Rabat 2 weeks later. Goal scored by Stella Nyamiche and a 65th minute winner from Nancy Amo ensured the Maidens walked away with the crucial home win. Here are the highlights.
Success Amia goes off and Karima and very soon there will be another confirmation by the maidens. Marie Amponsan, Madeleine Awuni, free kick, very good position. Nancy Amo did score a couple of goals in the last game for the maidens, but this time around we should be able to get onto the score sheet. Nancy delivers lightly. It's a goal! Beautiful and super duper goal. What a way to get a second. A free kick of a lifetime.
Let's look at health in football now. The Ghana Health Service has recommended that all games involving Hearts of Oak be suspended due to an influenza outbreak as A subtype H3N2 among the players. This comes after the club reported an unknown illness that left them with only 16 players available for their midweek match against Bibiani Gold Stars. Many Hearts of Oak players were hospitalized after their week 28 game with Dreams FC. The Ghana Health Service, in a statement signed by the Deputy Director General, Dr. Antonio Fosu, said preliminary findings from investigations indicate the outbreak of the influenza amongst the Hearts of Oak team, and following discussions with the GFA and the club, it's been agreed that Hearts of Oak matches are halted to reduce any risk of further spread. Still on Hearts of Oak, meanwhile, the Ghana Football Association has announced the indefinite postponement of the match week 30 fixture in Accra Hearts of Oak and 11 Wonders that was scheduled to take place at 3 p.m. today. Now, according to them, the decision follows further findings and advice from the Ghana Health Service on the recent health situation of the club. The FA says a new date will be communicated after they receive clearance from the Ghana Health Service. Still on the Ghana Premier League, 10-man Brekum Chelsea stand league leaders Asante Kotoko beating them 1-0 at the Babayara Sports Stadium yesterday. Over the weekend, after a pulsating goalless draw in the first half, visitors Brekum Chelsea came back more rejuvenated in the second half, even with a man down in the 67th minute. With just 10 minutes to stoppage time, Kelvin Obeng hit home the winner for the Blues. Here are the highlights of that game.
Tuga trying to squeeze the ball in for Gama. Tuga, good save of Inseche. Is it Tuga? A Tuga on his left foot and is out. Amankuna was lurking and calling. Sapon delivers. Obin's header, good save from Danlad. Still looking for the opener. And he takes the whistle to his mouth and has blown it for the end of the first half here. Adebayo Adare whistles and Chelsea get us going. Escodo with a long ball in. Ganiu heads it back. Fabio Gama does not get to Amankuna. It is Nete who sends across it to Tuga's header. And it's straight to Obin Seche. Here's Lamptey now. He's got 3 goals for Kotoko this season, Lamptey. It's Mudasiru's cross. Etuga's header, and Obin Seche makes an amazing save to deny Kotoko the opening goal is a corner. Goes for it to take the throw in. He gets a yellow card for that reaction.
And now Nete has retaliated as well. It's all going off.
Red card for Kofi Owusu.
No, hang on a minute now. That if the referee, the fourth official, didn't see what Nete did, it's very difficult.
Etuga missing from close range. Kemfaiza equally drawing 1-1 in Karela in Anginasi. As Chelsea look to find the opening goal. Here is Kelvin Obin. And does the opening goal? Brecum Chelsea have shot the Santi Kotoko here at the Babayo Sports Stadium.
Yeah, the striker used his body really well. Apple should have been stronger, but what about that for a finish? That is an expected.
Now let's take a look at the league table, the scores and the standings of the Ghana Premier League. And as you can see, Great Olympics were beaten by Mediama SC on Saturday by 2-1 on Sunday, 22nd May 2022. Accra Lions and Aduana Stars, when they met, it was a 0-0 draw. Asante Kotoko was beaten by Brecum Chelsea, which you just watched the highlights, by 1-0. Bechim United and Legon Cities, when they met, it was a 0-0 draw. Bibiani Gold Stars beat the Lions of the North RTU by 2-0. Dreams FC and Wafa, it was a 1-1 draw when they met. Elmina Sharks was beaten, while bottom place of the league table were beaten by Ashanti Gold 3-1. Kerala United and King Faisal, when they locked horns, it was 1-1. And the postponed game, 11 Wonders and Hearts of Oak, which has been postponed indefinitely due to the influenza outbreak there. Now, when you look at the standings on the league table, top place, Asante Kotoko is still top with 56 points now. Mediama SC following suit with 50 points. Bechem United with 49 points. Impressive. Heart of Oak is in 4th place with 47 points. They haven't been having a good time due to all that's happening in their camp. Bottom of the league table, we have 11 Wonders with 32 points. Wafa is there too with 28 points. Elmina Sharks still bottom with 22 points. They really need a miracle and some good luck to get out of this red zone on the Premier League table. Let's move on to the WAFC Zone B tournament, which Ghana missed out on, but Nigeria clinched hands and grabbed. Now, Nigeria are the latest champions of the WAFC Zone B after beating Benin 3-1 at the General Stadium. Due to their early exit from the tournament. Let's move to the World Cup now, and after an impressive win over the Super Eagles going into the World Cup, we're just waiting for it to be time for us to merry-make. Now, Qatar has launched a 2-day security conference ahead of the World Cup. The last mile conference welcomes security representatives of each qualified Nations and other relevant organizations like Interpol, the United Nations, or the FIFA Safety and Security Operations Committee. According to the head of security at FIFA, Helmut Spahn, they are doing a risk assessment on a daily basis and also in regards to terrorism threats amongst many. They say the goal is to have a compact nature and to have a proper organization in place.
Qatar launched Sunday a two-day security conference ahead of the World Cup. The Last Mile Conference welcomes security representatives of each qualified nation and other relevant stakeholders like Interpol, the United Nations, or the FIFA Safety and Security Operations